chelated zinc, and we recommend herbal masculine complex as well for a healthy prostate and for dealing with the prostate problems. The last problem for the reduced male fertility is sperm problems. So problems to do with the sperms themselves. This can be one of three types. It could be the amount of sperm in the semen, that is the concentration of sperm in the semen. If it is too little, it can lead to reduced fertility. It could be that there are enough sperms, or that is okay, but the sperms are not able to swim very well. Then, because the sperm have to travel all the way to meet the egg, so what we say the motility of the sperm, that is the ability of the sperm to move, can be inadequate. And then it can also be the way the sperm themselves are formed. That is the morphology of the sperm. So it can be one of those three or a combination of the three. And these are linked to frequent exposure to hormone disruptors can actually diminish the quality of the sperm cells. We also recommend avoiding soya foods made from soybeans, and also meat which has hormones added. Maybe here in Africa is not a common practice, but some of the factory produced animals like chickens, you may find that they have got added hormones to them, and this can actually be problematic. Then another source of problems of sperm can be smoking, tobacco, cannabis, the use of alcohol. And what these do is that they damage the male and even female eggs. And so it is best to eliminate them from the lifestyle. They can also contribute to miscarriages. So these substances, tobacco, cannabis, alcohol, and any of the other recreational drugs should actually not be a part of a healthy lifestyle, not only of reproductive health, but overall health. And another important thing for sperm problems is that the testicles need to be kept cool. That is why they are outside the body. And maybe if a man is in the habit of wearing tight clothes or sitting for prolonged periods, they need to move about to keep the testicles cool, because that is important for the health of the sperm cells. So things like placing a laptop on the lap for men is not at all a good idea, because a laptop does tend to produce heat, and this can be unfriendly to the temperature at which the testicles are supposed to be maintained for healthy sperm. Then finally, just to say that as I see the time has run out, for all of these conditions, the lifestyle choices that we mentioned about a healthy reproductive system should be very much in play, because, as I said, for men, a healthy reproductive system is an indicator of overall health. And you can see some of the illnesses that I've mentioned that are now, unfortunately, a part of our lives, things like diabetes, prediabetes, high blood pressure, prostate problems, all contribute to an unhealthy reproductive system, but we know they also contribute to overall ill health. So I just think that what we can take away is that by taking care of our reproductive health, we are actually also taking care of our overall health. And so those things that we have spoken of, which lead to problems, should actually be things that we steadily work towards eliminating from our life. So I think that I'm going to leave you there, but let me thank you very much for having spent this half hour with me. I hope that the session is going to be very useful as you go about your business, educating as well as sharing what we know and what we have in our products that can help people in their reproductive lives, and that can assist those who are struggling with issues to do with the reproductive system. Of course, these are not the only problems that are involved, but as I was using some of the questions that I get from you, those are the most common. And then let me wish you all the best as we progress in this month of March, which is still fairly new. Remember that our business as Neolife distributors is to go out there and make the world a healthier as well as a wealthier place. So now Pascal is standing by to take you through the next session. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much, Betsy, for that session on reproductive health. I think from our side, on the business side, we need to know how to reproduce leaders in our team. So the session, two items I'd like to speak with you about. The first one is called the sponsoring process, because that is a process with which you bring in new blood into our business. The second one is personal development, investing in yourself, because the more you invest in yourself as a person, the more successful you become and the more volume your business will generate. Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you work in your job. And that's very, very important, because we are not paid according to what we want, we are paid according to who we are. So let me just share the screen with you. Okay. Slideshow, current slide. Okay. So just a little, some info on about our business. Network marketing in 2019 generated $180 billion worldwide. That shows you the size of this industry. And Neolife is a company started in 1958, a very stable business run with very experienced leaders in the field of network marketing. But what is the essence of our business? The essence of our business is moving products from Neolife to different households. Think about this. If you're in South Africa, or Southern Africa, you know about ShopRite Checkers. If you're in Kenya, maybe you know about Naivas, or if you're in Tanzania. If you're in Nigeria, maybe you also know about ShopRite Checkers. These are very large retail shops. But think about this. Supposing that those retail outlets were just households. That is really what our business is. Our business is we are building a network of households which use products. Now, the session I want to share with you today is called the sponsoring process. Remember that sponsoring a person is not one single event. It's a process that you go through to get new people into your business. I normally like to share this W because I find it's very, very relevant for our business to give you an idea of what the sponsoring process looks like. This is what the sponsoring process is. If you forget about anything that we're discussing today or we've discussed before, just memorize this W. W gives you the process you need to follow to get a new person into your business. The first thing, of course, is to write a prospects list. The second thing you need to do is learn how to invite the prospect to have a look at the business. Okay? We recommend 3 to 5 people daily. If you're part-time, we recommend 3 people. If you're full-time, maybe more. Okay? So learn how to invite people professionally, using the tools to invite them to look at the business. The third step of this sponsoring process is exposing the business to new people, either through one-on-one presentation where you meet somebody one-to-one, or 2-to-1, you and your upline sponsor or somebody more experienced, explaining the business on your behalf to your prospects. Or if you're going to business presentations face-to-face or person-to-person, where somebody more experienced is explaining the business to a group of people. This is a business opportunity presentation. And then the follow-up process, after the person has seen the business, you need to ask them the closing questions during the follow-up process. Did the business make sense? What did you like most about the business or the presentation? Is it the business part, the products part, or a little bit of both? And then you ask them if the business made sense and you like the products, are you seeing yourself becoming a distributor to join us? If the answer is yes, next question. When are you going to pay for your starter kit? There are only three possible answers you'll get from a prospect. Okay. One is yes, I want to join. The other one is yes, I'm interested in the product, not the business now. Or no, I'm not interested. But there's another option where people say, I want to think about it. When people say that, two things will normally happen. There are many excuses that people have, or many objections that people have about the business. But it can be narrowed down to two things: lack of faith in themselves and lack of faith in the industry. This is what the sponsoring process is. Now, let me go back and explain in a bit more detail what is involved in this process of sponsoring. All right. How do you find prospects? The most important asset of your business is your name list. I will recommend that if you look at the training we've done before, if you look at the getting started document, they suggest 100 names. I would recommend to you, think about 300 names. Write 300 names. This will take time. You see, the more you sit down with a pen and paper or a notebook, the more names you write down, the more space is generated in your mind to think about other names. Remember, the brain is an association machine. If you write one name, it triggers other names that you may have forgotten. So sit down, take time, write at least 300 names. Rules for writing the names. Every person you know. 3 rules. Number 1, do not prejudge. It's very easy to prejudge and say, oh, so-and-so is very successful, they may not be interested in the business. Or so-and-so is poor, I think they need a business. You don't know. Write the names of every person you know. Do not prejudge. Secondly, write the names down. You see, our brain is very powerful. Our mind is very powerful. But I read somewhere where Peter Daniel says, a blunt pencil is always better than a sharp memory. Write the names down. Number 3, tick off the names. What does that mean? Contact everybody on that list, one at a time, one by one. If you speak to all those people on your list, the law of averages will kick in. If you speak to 20 people, 1 or 2 are likely to join. If you speak to 100 people, 5 to 6 are likely to join. If you speak to 300 people, 12 to 15 are likely to join your business. Okay? So write a long list. The next thing about finding prospects is to keep adding new names to your list. I would suggest add 2 names. Why is that important? Because when you start the business, the first 90 days, you're likely to have spoken to everybody in that list. So what do? You need to add new names to the list. How is that possible? Think about this. Since you woke up in the morning, ask yourself, have you met somebody you didn't know yesterday? It's likely that you met somebody today whom you did not know yesterday. Okay? So keep adding new names to the list. Add new names daily. Ask for referrals. The people who are not interested in the business, let me say you approach somebody called John or Andrew or whatever the name is. Ask them, well, maybe this business is not for you, but can you give me names of 5 people who may be interested in our business? The person may tell you, I need to speak to them first before I give you their names. Said, okay, that's fine. Can I call you tomorrow for those lists? I assume you'll have spoken to them. Okay. So ask for referrals and offer an incentive. For example, you've got a customer who buys from you. Just tell them, look, refer me to other customers. If they buy a product from me, I will give you a discount on your next order. or I'll give you a discount on the product they have bought. I'll share with you the profit. This increases your list of customers. The next thing is you need to make business cards because it makes conversation with strangers very easy. What do I mean by that? That links to the next thing is developing a high sense of awareness. Let me say you go to a restaurant and you're sitting, you're chatting, you see somebody next to you. If you have a business card, it gives you an opportunity to start a conversation with a stranger. And before you leave, you ask this question: do you have a business card? From my experience, the ordinary person doesn't have a business card. So what you do is you take out your card and say, this business card, I'd like to speak to you about what we do. Could you give me your phone number at the back of this card? You give them another one and they write their details at the back of that card. Having business card and having a high sense of awareness of people around you is a very good way to keep adding names to your list. And then attend events to meet new people. You see, I read somewhere and it caught my attention about, I think it must have been Eric Warren. He said, you will not meet new people when you're sitting at home. You need to go out, attend events, social events, business events, church activities, whatever it is. Get out and attend events where you can meet new people because you don't know. Out of these people you meet, you're going to get your winners. All right? The next thing is inviting. I think this is the most important skill you need to develop to get new people into your business. How to invite people to see your business. Remember that you're looking for people who are looking. There's somebody right now who is praying for this business, but you won't meet them or know them unless you speak to them about it. Okay? Or find a way to get the information to them. What is the goal of this business? The goal is to educate, or is education and understanding. We are not out to sell. We are out to educate people so that they understand what we do. That is how you get people. Approach this business as a consultant or a farmer. Don't approach it as a salesperson. All right? That's why a lot of people, they ask this question, is this a sales business? No, sales makes a very small part of our business. It's much more than sales, okay? And by the way, I was listening to a tape by Peter J. Daniels, and he said, if you truly want to develop entrepreneurial muscle, take any product and sell and depend only on commission. You will develop entrepreneurial muscle and it'll make you very, very successful. It's not easy, but it can be done. Anyway, so the next thing is ask the right questions. What is that? It's called a qualifying question. For example, you meet John or you meet Mwangi or whoever it is. You ask them, by the way, are you open to look at a way to generate additional income? Most people will say, yes, I'm open. The next thing you do, I'd like to sit down with you for 10 minutes to show you a concept for building business, a concept for generating income. Some people will tell me what it is. They said, no, I can't tell you. I need to show you what we do. Avoid the mistake of trying to explain the business on the phone because the person will be making a decision on the wrong or incomplete information. Tell them, I need to set up a meeting with you to show you what we do. Or if you want to send them a video, ask them, are you open to look at a concept to generate extra income? They say yes. Okay, I have a 10-minute video. If I send it to you, would you watch it? That question prompts the person to say, yes, I can watch it. And remember to tell them that it's a short video because the average person these days has a very short attention span. Ask them, if I send you a video, would you watch it? Most people will say yes. Next question, when do you think you will watch it? That question prompts them to think about their schedule or time so that they can slot time to watch the video. Somebody will say, I can watch it right now. Or somebody will say, let me watch it when I get home. You need to ask the next question. So if I send it to you now, you're going to watch it today in the evening when you get home. They'll say yes. So if I call you tomorrow, you'll have watched the video. They say yes. Next question. When is a good time to call you tomorrow so that we can talk on the contents of the video? Then now they're thinking about their tomorrow schedule. They will tell you, call me tomorrow at about 1:30 or 1 o'clock during lunchtime. Said, okay, I will say, I'm sending you the video now. I'll call you tomorrow at 1:30. Watch the video, then we can talk about it. Then conversation ended. That is how to professionally invite somebody to watch a video, or if you're inviting them to come to a presentation, a few things. Before I get to a few things, there are 4 key things in the inviting process that are very important. Number one, you need to detach yourself emotionally from the outcome. Sometimes you want so badly for the person to say yes that if they say no, we feel very bad. You need 2 things. You need to manage your disappointment, and you do that by detaching yourself emotionally from the outcome. If you do that, you're going to enjoy the process. 2, be yourself. Don't act differently. Number 3, be enthusiastic. Number 4, be bold and confident. Have a strong posture. A strong posture is simply passing down the attitude that I'm showing you a very fantastic business. I don't care whether you join or not. You don't say those words, but your posture, your attitude says that. Okay? Then the inviting formula. Be in a hurry, pick up the phone and say, so and so, I'm going for a meeting. I've got a quick question for you. You're open to look at a way to generate income. If they say yes, make the invite. All right. If it's somebody you've met, compliment your prospects. You need to be very careful about this. Don't flatter people, because people will know the difference between flattery and genuine compliment. They know. Okay. So make the invite, get a commitment in terms of time or in terms of when they're going to watch the video. Confirm the meeting. That is, confirm that they're going to watch the video and then schedule the next call. It's a simple process, but you need to practice it until it becomes second to nature. Then the next thing is how to follow up. Once the person, you've done the BOP or you've done one-on-one, the next thing is to follow up to get the prospect to say yes or no. The goal is to educate the prospect. As a consultant or a salesperson, ask the questions that reveal the thinking of the prospect. The average person, you need to have 4 to 6 exposures before they actually say yes. Why? Because that is the way people have been conditioned. The average person who is 18 has had the word no almost. No, you're going to be hurt yourself. You need to go back to your prospect 4 to 6 times. Don't worry when they say no even the first time. Keep them on your list. Tell them, okay, maybe the business is not for you. Can I call you in 2 months or 3 months? Okay. Never cancel anybody out. And then objections. There are mainly 2 categories. One is a limiting belief in the self. That means they don't believe they can be successful. Number 2, limiting belief in the network marketing industry. All right. Something very important. Do not argue with your prospect, or do not argue with their concern. If somebody tells you that our products are expensive, don't tell them, no, our products are not expensive. Tell them, okay. If they say the products are expensive, you said, I think the products are well priced because they are high quality. Or you can ask them a question. Which car is more expensive, a Mercedes-Benz or a Toyota Corolla? Of course, they'll tell you Mercedes-Benz. Why? Because it's a high quality car. Our products are very high quality. In fact, I think our products are the Rolls Royce of the nutrition industry. Why? Because of the quality. All right. Then the last thing I want to speak to you about is personal development. Why is personal development important? You see, if you think about our business, the products are the same, the compensation plan is the same, the market where you are in your country is exactly the same. What is the difference? The difference is you. You are the difference between success and failure. You are the difference between having a large team and a small team, nothing else. Okay? And it's very important to take time to build yourself personally. One of the things you need to do in this business, how much are you really worth? I'm not saying you as a person, what is your, you see, if you cannot measure anything, you cannot manage it. Think about your business, think about your life. If everything was exactly the way you wanted it, how much money would you like to earn from your life? Write down a figure. Don't worry, whatever it is, write down a figure. If your life was to be packaged in a box and labeled, what value would you place on it? I know you can't put a value, but just the process of giving the amount of time, value to the time that you put in the business. Think about this. For example, if you want an income of $10,000 a month, you work 22 days in a month. Okay, let me say you work 20 days. It means every day is worth $500. How much is every hour? Think about it in those dimensions. Give the amount of time you do in the business a value. And then an important thing, set aside time to think about life. Think about your future. Think about where you're going. Think about your business. Think about the people in your team. One of the most difficult things human beings do is to think. That is why we shy away from it, because it requires you to slow down the noise or cut out the noise in your mind and think positively or think with concentrated thought how or where your life is going. And then have a study program. The books that you read, books on how to relate to other people, books on our industry, books on nutrition, books on how to be a speaker. Just write books which are related to how to become a business leader. Get books on leadership. If you don't like books, there are audio tapes, there are videos that explain all these things. Okay? Speaking ability, nothing short of practice. You can't improve your speaking ability if you don't practice. Okay? I remember when we started, I used to, in the bathroom, in the car, I would practice presenting the business. That is why I gained the confidence of being able to explain the business to a group of people. You need to be motivating and leading people. Motivation is just giving somebody reason to do something. What keeps them going is discipline, right? You need to create leaders by empowering them. What? Teach them to have a better attitude, skill, and knowledge. And then learn how to tell your story. And the last thing is, live a life that somebody would like or other people want to model. Ask yourself this question. Are you a leader worth following? If the answer is no, think again that you need to up yourself so that you can become a better leader. Spend time reading at least 15 to 30 minutes every day. This is what will really get your business going. The more you develop yourself as a leader and as a person, the more distributors you're going to get in your business. Remember the law of attraction. It means you are an average of the 5 people you spend time with. Think about it. Think about the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Get their income and divide by 5. It is very close to what you earn as a person. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for spending time with Betty and myself this evening. We wish you the very best. This is now this is the first week of the new month of March. Set goals for the month. Personal sponsoring, personal PV, group PV you want to build. Which step are you taking next? And we wish you the very best success in the month of March. Good night and God bless.